Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Eden Method Facebook Live. My name is Julie Fowler. I'm an advanced practitioner and certification program faculty member. I'm coming to you today from Ashland, Massachusetts. Ashland is a small town a little bit west of Boston and only a couple of miles away from where the world famous Boston Marathon begins. I'm staying home in social distancing mode with my husband and fortunately have super easy access to the hiking trails across the street, which when you catch them at busy times is not social distancing, but when you catch them at off times is beautiful and very grounding. Today, I'm grateful to have the opportunity to share some of my favorite energy medicine grounding techniques with you. These tools have helped me so much. They've helped my family, my friends, and my clients, and we're hopeful that they'll be helpful to you as well. Here's the plan for our time together today. I'm going to spend a little bit of time chatting about grounding, what is grounding, why it's beneficial for us, and then we're going to do some grounding exercises together and wrap up in about 20 to 25 minutes. So hopefully you have time to stick around for the whole program. Today, we are really challenged with what's happening in the world, all of this. We're all in the same situation together. And grounding and being deeply grounded helps us physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And these are the realms in which we're all being challenged every single day. So what is grounding? Grounding is our connection with the earth. And as humans, we need to have a natural exchange of energy coming up from the earth, and we draw that energy up through our feet. And we need to be able to release energy back into the earth. And it's this back and forth exchange that we rely on for our well-being. But we also need to have super deep roots for stability. We need to be anchored into the earth in a really deep way. Imagine, if you will, for a moment, that you're a tree. I'm going to be a tree. And the wind's going to be going at 50 to 100 miles an hour. And I'm being tossed around like there's no tomorrow. And what's going to happen when that windstorm ends? If I'm lucky, me as the tree, I'm going to be able to come back to center. Fortunately, if I'm grounded, I have the stability to do that. If I'm not grounded, I'm going to topple. When we can come back to center and be deeply grounded in this way, we have stability to withstand life's blows. And we need to have stability to withstand everything that's happening in our lives right now. When we're grounded, we feel less anxious, we're more resilient, and we can handle our emotions, the emotions that we're experiencing, fear and worry and so much grief and even panic. We need to be able to pull back, pull into our center and move that energy in and out of our bodies. Being grounded can really help infuse our lives with greater health and happiness. So I want to share with you a story because I love telling stories. Many years ago, when my kids were very small, and they're in their 20s now and on their own, we took a family vacation hiking in the White Mountains. And we did some bushwhacking up the side of a mountain. Our youngest daughter has a history of life-threatening allergies, food allergies, and environmental allergies. And she had never had a bee sting, so we really had no idea if she was allergic to bees. And of course, she was the one that happened to jump on a beehive. And the bees came and they filled her shirt and they were chasing her like swarms of bees chasing our daughter. And my husband went after her to try and grab her to help her. And I went after her, but I fell headfirst in a ditch with my feet up in the air, so I was not much help at all. My husband finally caught up with her, grabbed her shirt off, came and got me out of the ditch. And we decided that my kids and my husband were going to head down the mountain to take care of my youngest daughter, as I knew after my fall, my descent was going to be a lot slower and I didn't want to hold up the group. Looking back now to my trip down the side of the mountain and the very, very steep slope of the earth, it was really similar to the life we're living today and the unknown challenges we're being faced with moment to moment. If I had been alone on the side of that mountain, I surely would have fallen and tumbled. But I wasn't alone. I was surrounded by the trees that had the capacity to provide stability to me. But those trees, like all of us, are very different. And some were large with very deep, strong roots, happy to hold my weight as I leaned into them for support. Others, which maybe looked totally stable on the outside, when I leaned on them, didn't provide stability, and we both tumbled together. Those trees were really struggling to maintain their stability and unable to support me. As I looked for assistance from these many trees on the side of the mountain, I gained a much deeper appreciation for the value of those trees with deep roots. These are the same strong roots that we want to have today. Because when we're deeply grounded and rooted, not only are we providing stability for ourselves, but we're providing the stability to help others so others can lean on us for support. I have an image. We want to be like this tree. See those nice deep roots? I guess I shouldn't cover my face. So one easy way that we can develop those strong roots is through our energy medicine grounding exercises. So know that the exercises I'm going to show you today are in Donna Eden's book, Energy Medicine. I highly recommend this. And you can come back to this video anytime and watch it over and over and follow along. I'm going to do it at a pace that you can follow along with me, okay? So the first exercise we're going to do is called Expelling the Venom. What happens when you have a bucket that's filled with water? If you add a few more drops, the bucket just overflows, right? Well, we're kind of like that. With the craziness happening and the stress we're experiencing, our buckets, our energy bodies are likely really full. And one of the very basic principles of energy medicine is energy needs space to move. So we're going to empty that bucket a little bit and create space for that energy to move. So if you're sitting, why don't you stand up and join with me if you're able to do that. You're going to rub your hands together, shake them off, and place them on your thighs. And I want you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine just shooting those roots deeply into the earth, just like the picture of that tree that I showed you. Nice deep roots. Just send them out through your feet and into the earth, right through your floor. And let's take a couple of breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And again. Now you're going to open your hands, palms facing towards the ceiling or towards the heavens, elbows by your side, and you're going to collect up all that stress, any anger, frustrations, anything at all that you need to release. And you're going to close your fists When we do this exercise, in addition to the motion that I'm going to show you, we're going to use a sound. And it's the sound shh. Like you're telling somebody to be quiet. Shh. Because sound moves energy too. So your fists are closed, you're going to circle your arms up over your head, and we're going to release that energy briskly into the earth like this. And we're going to come back, and we're going to invite more into our hands to release, and close our hands, circle our arms over our head, and again, gathering up more. Let's keep emptying that bucket. Let's get rid of that excess energy that we're not benefiting from. And this time, gather up anything that's left to release, close your palms, and we're going to come down a little bit slower and very deliberately. Good. You feel a little bit lighter? I do. So now, all right, we're going to do some grounding through our feet. Our feet is where we make that energetic connection to the earth, and where we draw that energy up and where we release energy. So this is a sitting down exercise, so go ahead and find a comfy place to sit and grab one of your feet. It doesn't matter which foot. It doesn't matter if your socks are on or off, but you want to take your shoes off. And I'm going to stand close so you can see my feet. Okay? So here's my foot. We're going to start on the bottom of your foot, and you're going to pull your heel away from the ball of your foot. We're creating space for energy to move. One of the very basic principles again. Right here between your second and third toe, if you drop down, is kidney 1, the first point on kidney meridian. Meridians are energy pathways. We have 14 of them. Each one of those energy pathways serves and provides energy to different organs and systems in the body. So we're going to rub that point. There's no right or wrong way to rub it. Just give it some love. Whoops. I'm rubbing so hard, I'm moving my points. You're going to rub that point, and you can press in on it. Now you're going to go to the top of your foot. We're going to go into this webbing between your toes, between the metatarsal bones. And we're going to push in and move the energy down the foot, being careful not to apply too much pressure on the bones, just the space between them, and you'll pull the energy off each toe. And it may be tender. We collect a lot of energy in these places that needs to be released. So pull it down and squeeze that energy. Doesn't that actually feel good? I do this every single day, sometimes more than once a day. These are our foot gates, okay? We'll get that last little toe here. Now we're going to squeeze the feet. You're going to work your way from the ankle down to the ends of your feet. On this side of your foot, we have spleen meridian, another one of our energy pathways that's really important in our immune system. And on this side of the foot, we have bladder meridian, which is important to help us release energy back into the earth. When we're squeezing them, we're supporting both of them. We're just talking to them. Now, the fun part. If you have a stainless steel spoon, you're going to make figure eights at the bottom of your foot. And in a moment, I'll tell you why we're using a spoon to do that. If you don't have a spoon handy, you can use your hand, and you'll make figure eights like this, back and forth over the bottom of your foot. No right or wrong way to do this. You can even just go crazy and rub the spoon all over. Okay? Now what I want you to do is stand up for a moment and feel, what does the foot that you just worked on feel compared to your other foot that you haven't worked on? Some people say that their foot feels flatter. Some people will actually feel the energy moving. They'll feel a coolness blowing through there, or warmth, or tingling, anything at all. It's energy moving. So go ahead and grab your other foot. And we're gonna again start on the back of your foot, and you can open that K1 point and rub it and pull it, and pull your feet apart, your heel away from the ball of your foot, creating so much space for the energy to move. We're gonna come to the front of your foot, and you're going back into those metatarsal bones. Or I should say the space between the metatarsal bones, that webbing, and pulling the energy off each toe. And while you're doing that, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the spoon. You keep working on your toes. So here's our stainless steel spoon. And when we rub this on the bottom of our feet, we're aligning the magnetic polarities of our body to be able to connect with the magnetic polarities of the earth, because we're just big magnets. So what happens, I'll demonstrate this for you. What happens if you take the north side of a magnet and you try and put it together with another north side of a magnet? They repel, see? They don't connect, they push away from each other. Sometimes when we're stressed and life happens, and there's a lot of life happening right now, our magnetic polarities are flipped in a way that doesn't allow us to connect with the earth. We want to be able to connect like this. This is the north and the south side coming together. Go ahead and grab your spoon and figure eight the bottom of your other foot. This is aligning your polarity so that you can draw that energy in through your feet. And we're drawing it in through our kidney 1 point right here that you opened the door when you rubbed and pulled on it. Now we're going to go ahead and work on our hands, because our hands, when we work on those, are grounding also. You're going to use your thumb and you're going to push the energy from your wrist towards your fingers. Nice deep pressure, and you're going to pull the energy off each finger. We hold so much. You're going to flip your hand and you're going into the spaces between the metacarpal bones. Okay? And again, you want to be careful that you're staying in the spaces between the bones so you're not hurting yourself. When we release this energy, it's calming. That's why I took a nice deep breath. Energy is moving. On our hands and on our feet, we have beginning and end points of so many meridians. Stop and feel your hand. Does it feel the same? Mine doesn't feel the same. Let's do the other side. And when we're moving the energy in our hands and our feet, we're supporting a much better flow of those 14 meridians. Each of those meridians, again, is supporting all of our organs and systems. Lung meridian, for example, supports the lungs. Heart meridian supports the heart. We want all of those energies flowing. Get in those spaces here. Oh, just love doing this. You can do this any time of day, and it just feels good. Happy hands, happy feet. Now we're going to come to our cheekbones. And right below your eyes on the bone is another meridian point. This is stomach meridian. And I invite you to close your eyes for a moment after you see where I'm tapping, and just breathe deeply while you tap. I want you to close your eyes to just focus on your breath and to tap and relax into it. Stomach meridian runs right down our body and off of our second toe, the toe next to our big toe. You're going to take your fingertips now, put them at your temples, and rest your face in your hands. Here we're tapping into stomach points on the jaw. And stomach is about worry when it's out of balance. And so if we're feeling worried, we can just cradle our face in this way, and it feels really calming. And breathe. And again, you can just close your eyes and relax for just a few seconds. Focusing on your breath. Now we're going to do the hookup. The hookup, you're going to take the middle finger of either of your hands and place it right in your belly button. Middle finger of your other hand, and you're going to place it between your eyebrows at your third eye. And you're going to push in on both of those points and pull up like little hooks. You're pushing in and pulling up. Now, while you hold that posture, I'm going to move my hands away, but you keep your hands there, and I'm going to show you what this is doing. We have a meridian, one of our 14 meridians, central meridian that runs from the pubic bone up the front of the body to the bottom lip. And another meridian, governing meridian, runs from the back of your body all the way up over your head and ends at your top lip. And when those two meridians connect, they connect in the back of the throat. They create a microcosmic orbit of radiant energy. And when that happens, it enhances our body's healing capacity and ability to feel more joy. So you want to stay with that for a minute or so. Oftentimes you'll take a nice deep breath, or you'll sigh, or you'll yawn, and that'll be a nice indicator that you've hooked those two meridians together. Next, we're going to do the Wayne Cook exercise. I love this exercise. This is probably one of my most favorite and most needed exercises. I hope you can all see my feet here. So you're going to take your right ankle and place it on your left knee. You're going to take your left hand and you're going to place it right on top of your right ankle. Your left hand on the ball of your foot, holding, your palm is holding the ball of your foot. And you're going to take a nice breath in through your nose and straighten your spine to allow energy to move right up your spine. And release your breath through the mouth and relax. Notice where your hands are. Take a nice breath in again. And relax. Your hand is holding spleen meridian on your big toe side. It's holding bladder meridian to help us release energy on your small toe side. And you're holding your palm over kidney 1. So very grounding. We'll do one more on this side. I'm supposed to remember to smile. Okay, left ankle over right knee. Right hand on left ankle, left hand on the ball of the foot. Nice deep breath in. And out. And not only is this grounding, this helps calm our emotions. So if you're feeling overly emotional, this would be a great exercise. It helps integration in your brain so that you can learn better, have more clarity, and better perspective on situations that may be happening. Now you can stay seated where you are. I'm going to come closer so you can just see where I'm putting my hands. Your thumbs are going to go between your eyebrows at your third eye and your fingertips together. And we're going to take a couple of nice slow breaths here. In through the nose. and out through the mouth. And again. And we're going to end this exercise by curling our fingers together, pushing in deeply, and pulling across our forehead. Oh, love that exercise. Now, our last exercise is connecting heaven and earth. Another one of my most favorite exercises. If you stick around long enough, you'll probably hear me say that to about 50 exercises. Rub your hands together and drop them on your thighs and send those roots down. We're going to circle our arms around and we're going to come into our heart center. A nice deep breath in through the nose, and we are going to stretch. This is not just my hand in this up position. I am stretching everything in my body, flat palm to the heavens, flat palm to the earth. And I release my breath when I'm ready and I come back to center. On the other side, stretch. We are making so much space in the body for energy to move. Opening the body. And release our breath and come back to center. This is grounding. It helps support the health of our joints. I know when I do this for the first time of the day in the morning, I sound a little bit like a Rice Krispie treat. Snap, crackle, and pop. Oh, and I love it. Now we're going to release our breath and we're going to fold our body over and just hang here in a really relaxed way. Take a nice breath in, and you may notice your hands dropping on the exhale a little bit lower to the ground. And another breath in, and exhale a little lower to the ground. And we're going to do some figure eights and work our way back up the body. These figure eights really help to integrate our energy systems together. Now, the last grounding exercise I want to share with you isn't really an exercise. It's the idea that really the very best way to be grounded and stay grounded is to spend lots of time barefoot on the earth. Barefoot on dirt, grass, in the woods, on the beach, any of those natural earth surfaces is fabulous for grounding. And not just run out to get your mail and come back in, 30 seconds, but like spend a little bit of time, bring a book outside, put your feet in the grass, go to the beach. Why do we feel so fabulous when we spend a day at the beach? Because it's so grounding, among other reasons. When my kids were really little, I didn't know energy medicine, I didn't know about grounding, and every time they went out to play, I would say, put on your shoes. And my kids wanted to run out barefoot. Nope, put on your shoes. God knows what you're going to step on. So they did. And then I learned about energy medicine and grounding. And I said, if you're going outside, take off your shoes. You got to ground. Mom, which is it? Do I wear my shoes or don't I wear my shoes? So my older daughter now goes hiking barefoot in the woods, in the mountains. So I am so all for barefoot and grounding when we can be. In summary, I think we can all agree there's a lot of benefit to being grounded, right? So please come back and watch this video again and again if you need to, and follow along with those grounding exercises. Thank you so much for being here with us today at the Eden Method, and I do hope you found this helpful. When I first learned energy medicine, I was at a 5-day workshop, and I did energy medicine all day for 5 days, and I felt so amazing. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have to find a way to bring this back into my life every day. But like many of us, I wasn't super fantastic at creating routines and habits that I could stick with for more than a day or a few days. I found a way to solve this problem. I do most of my energy exercises each day in the shower or in the bathroom before I really start my day. I know I have the time and I have the space, and it's my way of taking care of me. I have to tell you, I am so grateful to have learned energy medicine for me and to be part of this absolutely amazing community of people. At times like this, I'm even more grateful to be part of this community. I love our practitioners and our teachers. We're all working together to help each other and help everybody that we can stay healthy and stay connected, because we're feeling so disconnected for so many reasons. We're trying to do this Facebook Live every single day with different teachers, so please check back often and see what's in store for you for the day. If you'd like to dive deeper, we have a free 1-hour class at freeclass.edenmethod.com, and that link will be in the comments section below. Thank you again, and I'm Julie Fowler in Ashland, Massachusetts.